We're back at 7:42. The internet is buzzing over a French documentary called The Game of Death. Contestants on a fake game show are cajoled into torturing other participants with electric shocks. It's an experiment to see how far people will go. Well, for the past several months, Dateline NBC's Chris Hansen has been conducting similar social experiments for a special called What Were You Thinking? Chris, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you.
We're going to be seeing some things here, and all of these, in my opinion, are going to get people at home asking themselves the question, would I do this?
Exactly. And the answer is you probably would. In this first experiment, we had a fake reality show called What a Pain. And contestants were told to shock the other contestant if they got the answer wrong. And the vast majority went all the way up to 450 volts.
We're going to talk about this on the other side. Let's take a look at what you're talking about.
These people think they're here to be on a reality show called What a Pain, where it's all part of the game to administer electric shocks to fellow contestants.
It's going to hurt, but no permanent damage will occur.
Latifah watches as Tyler, who's working with us, is attached to what looks like an electrode and strapped into our makeshift electric chair.
So this little gizmo is our voltage generator.
Okay.
Tyler won't really be shocked, but Latifah doesn't know that. She does what she's told and starts zapping.
I will administer 120 volts.
Okay, guys, this really hurts.
Please continue.
She gets more distraught with each wrong answer, but keeps on following orders.
I will administer 180 volts.
Get me out of here. I refuse to go on. Let me out.
Oh my gosh.
Please go on.
She seems so disturbed that I decide it's time to go in and give her a break.
Hey, Latifah, I'm Chris Hansen with NBC. You looked a little upset. I thought maybe we should interrupt here for a minute. You okay?
Yeah.
Were you getting a little upset?
Yeah, my heart's beating really fast.
All right, well, calm down. Now, why did you continue to shock him?
I didn't know what was going to happen to me if I stopped.
Latifah, there's something I've got to tell you.
Yes.
This is going to be on TV, but it's going to be on Dateline NBC.
Am I missing a gray area here? I mean, you're not supposed to hurt other people for your own gain.
But, you know, the reason we did this was because we've done so many stories on scams and stories on why people do things they deep down know they shouldn't. And it turns out we're hardwired to follow authority. And that's what happened here.
All right. This next experiment, you actually convince people that they have ESP?
ESP.
All right. You want to fill me in before I roll the tape?
We brought in a bunch of people, told them they were going to do temp work. And in the course of this, the company leader says, we also do some tests for ESP. We'd like you to take it and see what happens.
All right. Let's take a look.
Just have a seat.
These temp workers think they're here to do office work. But first, their boss, Jeremy, really an actor, tells them his company that studies the paranormal would like to test them for extrasensory perception.
Thank you for taking part in this highly selective experiment.
Of course, the test is rigged.
Now, Bijou, he will begin thinking of one of those utensils and transmit the image to you.
Let's find out whether or not this woman, Hannah, has ESP.
Just take a breath, relax.
Hannah follows the instructions and checks off the fork.
If you were thinking of the fork, you have answered correctly.
We make certain she gets every answer correct.
You pass?
Yeah.
So have we convinced Hannah she has special psychic abilities?
Maybe once every year and a half, someone does what you just did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He tells her he'd like to further test her abilities, but that will cost money. So he asks her to give up her pay for the day.
This is just a simple waiver of today's pay.
Sure enough, she falls for it.
Hey, Hannah, how are you? Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. How's everything?
I tell her she has no special powers. She's a good sport and agrees to talk to me.
And you are getting paid today, by the way.
Okay.
Even though she wasn't entirely convinced that she had ESP, the possibility that she did seemed worth parting with some cash.
It made you feel special.
Right. Yes.
And we're all pretty easily manipulated, aren't we?
Well, that's true. I mean, you look at all these stories over the last couple of years, Madoff. People invested because they saw people like themselves invest. They wanted to feel special to be invited into the group. And that's sort of what happens here. We have many more experiments, by the way.
Interesting social experimenting. Chris Hansen. Chris, thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt.